Watch The Girls by Jennifer Wolfe. It's a gripping mystery. It's a story with good pacing throughout. The large twist at the end, I didn't see it coming. And I think the thing that really made me at least have the twist stuck in my mind for a longer period of time than probably other mystery twists is how crazy diabolical and ridiculous, and not just ridiculous, just like, I'm like, what kind of imagination does the author need to come up with such a kind of gruesome twist? There were a lot of plot holes, logical leaps, confusing things that make the plot a little unbelievable. I think the worst part of this book are the characters. Because like there were some characters that are kind of like NPCs, some characters that were written as NPCs, and there are characters who are literal NPCs and don't make any sense in the story. And also the main character is just not that sympathetic. But there were things that were just added in as like red herrings just to make it more mystery and suspenseful, but it doesn't feel rewarding because those were literally just added for mystery and suspense, and you figure out that they were nothing. The main character is so horny, and there's some sex scenes in there that, I mean, I guess adds to her character kind of, that she's just horny as hell. Great. Jonas is way too obvious of a person. I could tell just from how much they were describing his relationship with Liv throughout this whole story that he was going to be some kind of main character. And since it's a mystery novel and he's being portrayed as such a good character, a new character who is a good character, like to her, that means he must be a bad character in the end. And guess what? He was like the whole mastermind of the whole plan. So great. The audience at the end with the twist. The audience are not real people. These are NPCs. Because I just don't believe that people would have this kind of reaction. They wouldn't be disgusted or in horror. Like they say in the book, these are all the cult horror movie fans. So they are used to this and maybe even like this kind of stuff. But I think it's maybe because me in real life has never interacted with a person who's actually like this. It just makes it so hard for me to believe that these are real people. Because how can you see a scene of actual rape and where it's like amateur filming, and there's like they have the whole scene where she's like scared and she has to pretend that, oh, I'm actually acting sexy and stuff, right? How can you see how scared she is, and then the whole part with Miranda and her sister coming in and not react with disgust? Like they even say in the movie that this is real shit. This is a story about Liv and Olivia, and this is real. And somehow, like, there's no way you're that much of a fan of horror movies that you're willing to compromise your morals. Like, I can maybe believe some people are like that, but a whole audience like that? Okay, maybe I just have not met these people in real life, but the biggest plot hole, the whole thing, she just has convenient amnesia after she crashes into the tree. Okay? Just convenient amnesia. And of only that night, of only those memories as well. Right? It wasn't, we know that the two masterminds in Gemma, they didn't actually do any medical procedures or anything on her because they thought she was dead. They like went to the car crash, they kidnapped Miranda, and they didn't see that Olivia was still alive. Okay? So she just gets to the hospital, blah, 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 right? And she just has convenient amnesia and she forgets all of this. It's too convenient of a plot point. Also, the false flag. The black SUV at the start of the story that's following her, like driving behind her, tailing them as they're going to pick up Gemma. It's a literal false flag that does nothing except add suspense. Because literally just a few chapters later in that part of the story, when they're going to the second party, they're leaving the first party, going to the second party to where Gemma is supposedly at. They're driving there, and the black SUV is already there. And we learn that there's nobody there except Gemma, and also except these two people. These two people, the two masterminds, Porter and the son of Jonas. So the black SUV is there just for suspense, to be like, oh my god, someone's following me. But it literally does nothing. It was just, whoa, what was the point of the black SUV? It was nothing. Final plot point I want to talk about. The part where Gemma and Liv get separated. And somehow Gemma can't hear Liv yelling, but she can hear the animal thing screeching. And we know that it's not because Gemma is being manipulative, because Liv later gets the camera from Gemma and gets to hear that footage, because Gemma's wearing that GoPro, remember? She's supposed to help her sister with her web series thing. So she's wearing the GoPro, so the GoPro's hearing the same thing she is. And later in the story, it even tells us the scene where Liv is like editing her episode and she's looking at the GoPro, and then in the GoPro she can't hear herself too. So convenient plot point to add suspense that Liv is yelling and Gemma can't hear, but she can hear the other screeching sound from the animal. I just don't believe the animal screech and Liv yelling are different orders of magnitude where you can't hear it. I just don't believe it. And how far separated do you have to be where you can't hear yelling in the woods when there's a path, which means the sound will travel? Like, what? The insecure nice guy Elliot, like, what was the point of him? Why did you make him an incel? What is the point? Plot, I was going to give it 3.5 out of 5, but with all the plot holes and stuff, it only gets a 3 out of 5. Pacing, I think that's the good part of this story. 5 out of 5. Good job. Ending, 4 out of 5. Characters, bruh, 2 out of 5. Worst part of this story. But overall, 3.5 out of 5.